What's up, y'all? Got another video for y'all today. Just doing a quick mid taper, almost a low taper, really a mid taper, and just a line up on the curly top. So y'all already know I start off with combing my hair down, getting that hair to its natural pattern. Always do that every time you start a haircut. Then I go right in doing my guideline, man. Setting a circular guideline. Not doing a point this time just because I wanted the emphasis on the taper. So I just made it circular, making it real neat using the corner of the blade. I always tell you guys to use the corner of the blade when doing tapers, and I really want y'all to start practicing that and doing that every time you do a taper. You never want to use the full blade. So I go in creating that first guideline. It's super neat, circular round motion using the corner of the blade. As soon as I'm done with that, I go on my JRLs and create my first guideline halfway open. I go half an inch, go up half an inch, not halfway, I'm sorry. Open and go half an inch, creating that first guideline. Real emphasis on that half an inch. This is a mid taper, not low taper, so you can do half an inch fully. Right after that, I go in close. You guys know I use the close halfway open method, so I go in close with the corner of the blade. Using a lot of corner work, focusing on the detail, then I go halfway. As I go up a little more, then I go open once I'm at the top. Really using that corner of the blade. I'm going to keep saying it this video so you guys get tired of it. Corner of blade, corner of blade, corner of blade. That's what you want to do for tapers. That's how you get a real detailed taper, and you get exactly what you want when you're doing it. Now, once you're done with that, I went in with my one open, creating my next guideline. Really flicking out, not really digging in, going up half an inch a little bit. Depending on the hair, you can spare a little more room. You don't have to go fully half an inch, but on here, I do go half an inch all the way. As soon as I'm done with that, I go on my 0.5, close, halfway open method. Same rules apply every time. Corner work, just knocking that second line out, being real careful and detailed.
We'd have lost anyway. OKC lost.
So now I'm using no guard, just detail work with the corner of the blade. Cleaning it up a little more. Just separate myself from other barbers. Now I'm just going in with my 2 and debulking the area. Depending on your client's hair that you're doing, you want to be careful with this. But on this client, he didn't really care about me debulking, so I just kind of went a little higher. Made it a little easier for myself, knowing that I always do his hairstyle. I know
you're not really
how he wants his hair and what looks best for him. Now, I know a lot of you guys usually see I do side tapers. This is how I do it. I don't go too high, but I just grab a 2 or 1.5 open. I just create that little taper on the side. You do not want to go too high because it will create a high top look on your client. So just be real careful if you're doing this, but this is how I do it. Really kind of like going down on it. Sometimes I'll go down with the one close on with the grain, but just flick out, create that little taper area. Makes it look cleaner lineup. So we go right into the back taper. Underhand, setting a guideline, not going straight on because the neck tends to be a little more sensitive to clippers. So I just go underhand, and then right after that I go in half JRLs open, half an inch, up half an inch. Real emphasis on that half an inch. Really create that first guideline half an inch. That's how you're gonna get a real back taper. Look nice and faded. Then you want to go in close, halfway open. You guys know my method by now. Should be cake work. Close halfway open. Open once you get to the top. Take your time on that. Make everything neat. Once you're done with that, you want to go with your one guard open, setting that your next guideline. Half an inch. As you can see, that's a real half an inch. That's how you get that taper.
Get 11 assists, but
really setting that guideline, and really you see the emphasis on it. You want to go in close, halfway open, get that next line out, man. It's never changed. It's same old thing, bruh. It should be, like I said, it should be easy. It should be cake for y'all now. Close, halfway open, and then detail anything you see. Now I'm just doing some detail work underneath, taking my time to perfect this taper, as any good barber should do. Now there's a little more area of bulk, so I go on my 2. Trying to connect that to the sides to the back taper. If the 2 doesn't work, I just go down to 1.5. This is 2 open. You can do 2 open, halfway, then close. If that line is still there, then you go down to a 1.5 open, halfway close, and if it's still there, just go down to a 1. That's what I did here. I went down to a 1.5 open with my masters. Then I closed it up, and that line eventually comes out. Now I'm just doing some more detail work here. As you guys see, that back taper is faded pretty nicely. So as you guys know, what you do to one side, you do to the other. So I'm not gonna do any talking on here. I'm just gonna let this play through, fast forward it, and y'all gonna see the work. So what you do to one side, do to the other. All the same rules apply. So bam, now we onto that lining. And as you can see, my client had a lot of hangover, a lot of bulk in that lining. So I'm just grabbing my tool, or this one I want to have open, flicking out, getting some of the hang out away from that lining. This is what makes a lining last and creates longevity, and which every client loves is longevity on a lining. So the longer they can stay crispy, the happier the client is, I promise you. Good natural cut is better than an enhanced cut, and this is one of the best steps to get to that. So knock some of that taper off, be real gentle, you don't have to take too much. As you see, I didn't take too much. Then you want to get you some holding spray. This is what I use, got to be glued. There's much better holding sprays than this one. So I advise you guys to go look around. Got to be good. It's not the best because it is thick. Once you throw it on there, you just brush that hair down to its normal pattern, let it dry up. That's how you get that lining crispy. Let's get to work. Once everything dried up, y'all know how I start my linings, man. You set your base in the middle. Set your base in the middle, tap that middle part, go left to right, a couple times, tap at it, and then you choose which way you want to go to. So on this one, I choose the right side. As you guys can see, I chose the right side. I spun the chair a little bit, got a good angle, and you want to use that barber's eye and just follow that line. I used to struggle with this a lot, but I really learned that turning the chair was the most helpful for me in this way of doing lining. Was almost 90% crispy, straight lining every time without having that crooked lining or anything like that. So just try this out, turn the chair, follow that line. You don't want to dig in too deep, you don't want to take it up too high, just follow it straight across. On one side, once you're done, you go to the next side. So I spun the chair and follow that line right to the left side. It's pretty simple once you get the hang of it. So just try this out and let me know how it works for you. So start in the middle, choose a side, go to that side. Once you're done with that, go to the next side. Do those vertical bars, don't push back, go straight across. Go straight, line up to the edge of the eyebrows, and you should always get a good liner. Now, as I see, that lining is pretty crispy for the most part. Good natural lining, no razor work at all. It's all natural. And if I did have both hands, I would be combing and brushing as well. So don't forget to do that, because there's always be some loose hairs that you want to knock out. But this is the natural lining as for now. For my curves, you guys should already know how to do. I always start at the bottom, the corner of the blade, and then I go to the top, and then I meet them in the middle. If you guys don't know how to do that, go watch another one of my videos on the lining. It'll have a tutorial. But this is just an easy little natural lineup. I don't even think I use razor on it yet. But this is the after of enhancements. I did do a video on how to use white pencil, so I want you guys to go check that out and then come back to this. I don't like the white pencil too bold. I like to take it out, make it look real faded, just a nice little faint white line. It gives it more of a crispier look and a natural look at the same time. So if you're having trouble with using white pencils, go watch that video, come back to this, and let's finish it out. But as you can see, I'm just detailing the taper up, knocking some of them hairs down, and this is the final cut. With a little enhancements on there as well. I did add some enhancements. But yeah, my client came out happy. Nice little mid taper for him. Good back taper. Hope this helped y'all. I'll see you on the next.